very warm welcome to the National Stadium here in Male in the Maldives. And the last of the group stage matches is Group B action. And it features Turkmenistan taking on the Philippines. Philippines with 4 points, currently lying in second place behind Afghanistan in Group B, who also have 4 points, and Turkmenistan with 3. It's a must-win situation for the Turkmenistan side here today, and the Laos at the bottom, they play Afghanistan. At the same time, they kick off their match in Adu Football Stadium.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have the pleasure to invite Parliament Speaker Honorable Abdullah Shahid, President of Football Association of Maldives Honorable Ilham Ahmad, Football Association of Maldives EXCO member Adam Manik to be introduced to the players and officials of the teams.
So the captain of the Philippines team, Robert James Gear, introducing his side to the dignitaries for today's game. Robert Gear, who had a message for each and every one of his teammates in the tunnel before they came onto the pitch, and he hugged each and every one of them and gave them an encouraging pep talk. Philippines, who finished third in the 2012 tournaments, and today's captain for Turkmenistan is the veteran Batia Hoja Abedov. Turkmenistan playing without 3 first-choice players, all under suspension. 2 of them were sent off in the match against Afghanistan on the Thursday. And the other one, the defender, who has collected 2 yellow cards, is under suspension as well. It's a rather thin Turkmenistan squad then. National anthems will be next. Philippines enjoying good support from the stands here at the National Stadium in Male. This match is a repeat of the 2012 semi-final, in which Turkmenistan defeated the Philippines by 2-1. Turkmenistan going on to the final to lose to DPR Korea, and the Philippines eventually clinching the 3rd place. They defeated Palestine in the 3rd place playoff. So the Turkmenistan side today, relatively inexperienced team, and 7 changes to the side that lost to Afghanistan by 3-1 on Thursday. Boja Abedov, Ustanov, Jumanazarov and Muhadov are the 4 players retained. For the Philippines, 4 changes to the side that defeated Laos by 2-0. Kagara, Guirado, James Younghusband and the goal scorer Philip Reichelt are the absentees. In comes Sato, Aguinaldo, Stubble and Doctora. So Robert Gear, the Philippines captain. And on the left, Hoja Abinov. Malaysian referee Nago Amir Nur Muhammad. And his assistants from the United Arab Emirates, Hassan El Mahri and Saad Muhammad El Shamari of Qatar. And the fourth official, also from Qatar, Abdullah Balushi. So the Philippines coach, Thomas Dooley, in the pre-match press conference, had said that he is playing for a win, no doubt about that. He doesn't care about the permutations. Should his side draw, and he has to take into account what happens in the other group match between Afghanistan and Laos. He says he's only planning his own game, and he wants his team to go for a win over Turkmenistan. That's his simple message to his squad. Turkmenistan playing without a reserve goalkeeper. The regular keeper, of course, Nikita Gorbunov, under suspension after being sent off in the match against Afghanistan, along with Alo Orazov. The defender who is suspended is Soyunov, and so in comes today's goalkeeper in the form of Farhad Bazarov. He is largely untested. He's 34 years of age, and he has no deputy in the substitutes list. It's a big occasion for the big Turkmenistan keeper. At the other end, Muller still keeping out Neil Etheridge, whom many suspect is still injured and unable to recover from injury as well. So Mr. Nago Amir Nur Muhammad waiting for the signal to get this game underway, and he blows for the start of this Group B match here from the National Stadium in Mali. The last of the 2 group stage matches here in the AFC Challenge Cup of 2014. As the first Philippine foray lands with a throw to Turkmenistan. Anna Miradov. And everybody will have to be on guard against the man who did very well against Laos. He is Stefan Marcus Schrock, who plays with a very high work rate. No James Younghusband today. His brother Philip Younghusband, who missed a glorious chance to open accounts against Laos, is fielded, of course, and an offside flag goes up there against Givanj Abilov. So Muller, he has a back line today that comprises the captain Gia and the newcomer Daisuke Sato. There's also Aguinaldo, who was the substitute in the match against Laos. And the man who scored against Laos is in the starting lineup again here today, Simon Rota. The midfield is De Jong, Rock, Stubble and Modus. And Phil Younghusband, along with Doctora, forming the starting 11 for the Philippines. For Turkmenistan, there's Basarov, Anna Miradov, Jumanasarov, Saparov. Just a 3 across the back. Hoja Abilov, Mingazov and Astanov forming the midfield quartet. And Muhadov, Atayev and Bolian are the front runners. Nobody in the Philippines team was booked in the match against Laos. There goes from Rota, and also from Patrick Reichelt. not their best performance against the Laotian side, who suffered their second defeat. Laos were beaten by Turkmenistan by 5-1 in their opening match. Turkmenistan going on to lose their second against Afghanistan by 3-1. The Philippines, of course, opening their campaign with a 0-0 draw against Afghanistan. There are plenty of adjusting for positions, and the referee, I think, is not too happy again. He's gone across to talk to Bolian. The other, number 22, is the Philippines, Paul Modus. Free kick to be retaken. Again, it's floated back in. Heading away the time by Aguinaldo. And the strong. Just unable to latch on to Rota's ball, but still the Philippines in the control of the game. On Rota, 29 years of age, is raised in Italy, plays for Stallion Football Club. Scored a scorching goal against Laos. Afghanistan coached by Rahim Kubermedanov. His third spell in charge of the Turkmenistan national team. Abalov. Young husband is brother James, who did not manage to complete the game against Laos, and not making the starting lineup today. Number 13 is the Doctora. There's some very young players in both teams. Aguinaldo is one of them. He's just 19 years of age, the Philippines man. Raised for Global Football Club. Now De Jong. And I think it just came over the head there of a Schrock. So a casualty in the form of Muhadov. He is the player who scored the consolation goal in Turkmenistan's 3-1 defeat by Afghanistan on Thursday. Muhadov is just 20 years of age. Many of the youngsters just thrust into the limelight. So Turkmenistan aim to prolong their stay here in the Maldives. We've already got the first two semi-finalists after last night's Group A matches. The Maldives securing second spot in Group A behind Palestine. They will play the winners of Group B in the second semi-final. Palestine will play in the first semi-final against the runners-up of Group B. Will it be Afghanistan, will it be the Philippines, or will it be Turkmenistan? At the end of the 90 minutes, we will know the answer. Rota just kicking the ball away. And Mr. Nagor just going across to tell Rota to cut out that moment of indiscipline. That's Rota again. Headed on by Bolian. And Muradov. Menkasov. Now goes Menkasov. Brought into the side here today. Ruslan Menkasov, just 22 years of age. He plays club football in Latvia for Skonto Riga. So brought down there by Stubel. Rota. Moldes. Threading the ball through, easy for the keeper Bazarov. Turkmenistan with 6 goals scored, 4 conceded. Philippines just had 2 goals against Laos following the opening day 0-0 draw against Afghanistan. It's a big shot, comes to Muller. Roland Richard Muller, the 26-year-old keeper, plays for Servette in the Swiss League. And there is the Turkmenistan head coach, Rahim Kubermadinov. Back it comes to Muller. Philippines themselves still missing Simon Gritwich. And of course Guirado, who was injured in the match against Laos, failing to make the squad today. These are the concerns for coach Dooley. Well, the support very evident for the Philippines team, and the header is powered away into the stands by Muhadov. And Muller not too pleased at how the ball was allowed to be squared in, and met with the head of Muhadov. That one came from Mingazov, and Aguinaldo was nowhere near Muhadov. Just coming up to the 10-minute mark. Afghanistan on paper looks set to have an easier match against Laos. And it's anybody's game here between the Philippines and Turkmenistan. Picked up by Modis. Young husband pursued and clipped on a heel by Juma Nazarov for a free kick now to the Philippines. Nazarov, 26 years of age, has managed 1 goal for his country. Alongside Phil, the young husband, is Daisuke Sato. Bazarov got a hand to it, but the whistle has gone, and the first yellow card about to be dished out by referee Nago. And it goes to Philip Young husband. I can't quite see what the yellow card offence was, but there's a booking so confirmed by the caption on the Phil Young husband. Top scorer of the 2012 tournament. Still trying to get his first goal here in the 2014 campaign. It's away by Saparov. Headed clear now by Astonov. Phil, young husband, plays for Loyola Sparks. His record at international level, 56 games, 34 goals. With the national team since 2006. (28°C), the current temperature here at the National Stadium in Mali, with the chance of a drizzle coming on in the course of the match. Well, last night, Kyrgyzstan and Myanmar played their game in Adu Football Stadium at night, and the downpour, very torrential rain, the whole of the second half as the Philippines fail to have a strike at the time. It was Doctora. The ball got away, and Schrock was unable to connect. It was cleared by Astonov, and Muller off his line. Well, we have a good number of casualties earlier on in the match. And Muller reading the situation well. So a throw by Alamiradov. Megasov. Just looking there for a free kick. Touched back by Juma Nazarov. There's the captain, Herja Ahmedov. And Buhadov just about happy there with the corner. 1. (15 minutes played). 0-0. Turkmenistan with the corner now. Taken by RTF. Went off Stubel, and it will be a corner from the far side this time. Astonov. And the third corner in succession. Aguinaldo being spoken to. Astonov. The whistle had gone before the ball came onto the roof of the Philippines goal, presumably for yet another foul committed by Turkmenistan inside the penalty area. Turkmenistan, who are missing the services of Didier Duriev, who scored 2 of the 5 goals in that win over Laos. Now Schrock, pursued by Saparov, and being helped out by Alamiradov, the veteran, the 31-year-old. Foul Schrock. There's Alamiradov. coming on in aggressive fashion to stop Schrock. So Phil Younghusband, this time with a free kick. Rocha has arrived. And it's headed over. Jason de Jong is born in Breda in Holland. De Jong, the man who runs the midfield. Shot. And Basarov reacting to the whistle. It's an offside against Doktora. Ruben Doktora, 28 years of age, in contrast to Phil Younghusband, much smaller in size. They are the two front men today. And the yellow card this time to Bolian, the first for a Turkmenistan player. Here's Schrock. A nice cross in, and just got off the knee of the arriving Philippines player. Astonov. To no one in particular. Possession back to the Philippines. Unfortunately, Doktora just caught it on his knee. Stubel and Muller. Combining to concede a throw here. Younghusband. Left it a bit short for Schrock. Picked up by Adam Iradov. Now the Juman Azarov finds the captain, Hoja Abadov. Headed away there by Kier. Mingasov, and it's a brilliant save from Muller. Well, Mingasov was right on target. Couldn't have struck it better. But what a save there from Muller in the Philippines goal. Just going across, and with his left hand, Muller denying Mingasov from opening the goal scoring. Off goes Doktora to the touchline as the Philippines defend with 10. Mingasov just complaining there to referee of the presence of a de Jong. Astonov's corner. Astonov takes Very good corners, packed with a lot of power. And Muller will have to be very alert to counter the 23 euros corner. Here comes another one. This time just a little bit overstruck. Goes over for a goal kick. Number 19 is Ahmad Atayev. So the Philippines really haven't got going after 23 minutes played. It's been Turkmenistan with the best 2 chances of the match. Bullion. It's a foul called on Anna Muradov. The home nation's Ali Ashfaq, they're a captain of the Maldives. 3 goals, leads the goal-scoring charts after the group stage. Abdul Habib of Palestine, along with Duriev of Turkmenistan, and Kyaukoko of Myanmar with 2 goals, are the next best. Oh, the Phil's young husband has got to be careful. He's already on a yellow card as he went there for that challenge on Anna Muradov. Turkmenistan themselves had 2 sent-off in their loss to Afghanistan on Thursday. The goalkeeper coming off his area, deemed to have used his hand to stop an Afghan play. And Anna Orazov was also sent off. And Shorat Soyunov, after collecting 2 yellow cards in succession in the first 2 matches, serving his suspension here and missing out on the match. Hoja Abadov. Astanov back to with the captain. One by young husband. Back from Stubel to make it out. Now Schrock. Nicely won by Anna Muradov as Arbilov and then Atayev got fouled. Well, looking at the permutations, a draw, in fact, will be quite good enough for the Philippines to advance to the semi-final stage. But as I said earlier, it's Thomas Dooley who says he's only interested in a victory. Doesn't want to be caught out in the permutations in the end. There's the other match happening in Adieu City, Afghanistan and Laos. Surely the Philippines will have word at half-time the results from there. Alamiradov. Turkmenistan with the man down. Looks like it's Mingasov. Or is it Muhadov? Well, it is Muhadov. Bulian on the yellow card. Philippines making an early change. They've taken off Doctora and then replaced him with the man who scored his second goal against Laos,
Jersey number 13,
Patrick
Frederick
Reichelt.
Doctora, replaced by jersey number 11, Patrick Reichelt.
So just not working out for the pint-sized Doctora. And Thomas Dooley, just before the half-hour mark, Dooley introducing Patrick Reichelt, the 25-year-old man born in Berlin and who plays club football for Ceres Football Club in the Philippines. Shrock. And the Shrock is charged down by Jumanazarov. Well, looks like a pretty good challenge. But still the Turkmenistan player gets the yellow card for his troubles. "30 minutes of football now played. Philippines with an opportunity to bulge the net. Free kick in a dangerous position. Basarov has hardly been tested. Now Shrock, alongside him, Daisuke Sato. Shrock will go for par, surely. Whereas Daisuke Sato will be entrusted with his left foot. Daisuke Sato, just 19 years of age. Shrock is 27. It's Sato. Just clearing the crossbar from the 19-year-old. This time it's Shrock who fouls Jumanazarov. De Jong. Now Rota. Away by Aguinaldo. And Shrock again penalised for barging there into his opponents. Abalov. Comes of Rota. Young Alexander Polian will throw, 20 years of age, looking to launch a long one into the Philippines penalty area. Hojar Ahmedov also on the score sheet against Laos. Megasov. It's a nice bit of play. Stubel is getting the better of Adamiradov. Well, all Atayev did was to just stand there, and his body was used to block the advance of Stubel. That's the free kick for the Philippines. Sato into the penalty area, away by Juman Azarov. Picked up by Modes. The captain, Hojar Ahmedov. Turkmenistan with a free kick. Field Young Husband was the only players who have made it to the 11 players who formed the team of the tournament, the 2012 AFC Challenge Cup. He being the top scorer with 6 goals. Hojar Ahmedov. Stubel's through. Schrock. Field Young Husband with the quizzical look towards Schrock. Just wondering why the ball was not slid through to him. As Schrock decided to go for a shot. Muhada. Bolien, fouled by De Jong. From a free kick to a corner, as Rob Gear deflected the ball away. Astonov. Hojar Ahmedov, away by Rota. That's well timed by Adamiradov. Picked up here by Molders. Coming up against his teammate. And the deflection again this time, taking the sting out of Mingasov's effort. Well, Reichelt inadvertently got a hand in his eye as he was racing across the face of goal. Clearly Saparov had connected there with Reichelt. So after Daisuke Sato had failed with an earlier free kick, now it's Stubel, Schrock and the young husband who have an interest in delivering this one. On the 40th minute mark here in the first half. So Phil Young husband then plays it short, and it wasn't a good free kick from Phil Young husband. Cleared all the way by RTF. And Gier pushed by Buhadov. Five minutes to half time. Schrock's header. Nobody to follow up. Here's your Armidov to Jumanazarov. Well, the Bazarov all in a day's work for the 34-year keeper. There goes another player, Mingasov, downed by young husband. Zahmat Atayev. Young husband and Sato in the wall. And RTF. Well, referee has pointed to the penalty spots. I think it's Saparov who was pushed from the behind. The big defender who had come up for the free kick, just being denied space, and Bolian picking up the ball, ready to take the spot kick. And there was the push by Rota on Saparov. Pretty evident. Turkmenistan now with 2 minutes to half time, looking set to take the lead. It's Bolian against Muller from the penalty spot. Whistle sounds, it's Bolian, saved by Muller. Well, the Philippines goalkeeper distinguishing himself with a penalty save to add on to his 22nd minute save from Mingazov. Well, there was no one to follow up the push by Muller. And Rota inadvertently clearing the ball away, hitting Aguinaldo on the back. And the yellow card to Stubel this time. It's 2 yellow cards apiece. Philippines surviving a difficult situation. Turkmenistan just failing to make the best of the situation. And a push by Schrock. Certainly not given the space. Schrock in the match against Laos was rampant, was all over the pitch. But Turkmenistan just playing their cards right against the Philippines front man. And 2 minutes here in stoppage time at the end of the first 45. So rush out away. De Jong. Nazarov. Turkmenistan unable to alter their scoreline from the penalty spot. Young husband. Saparov clears. De Jong. Now Stubel. Schrock. Missed totally by Reichelt. Now Mingazov. We've played the 2 minutes here in stoppage time. Here's Yarabidov. The turn by Muhadov. And there's Muller again. Philippines goalkeeper, the man of the first half. There's the half-time whistle as the two saves by Muller loom large in the context of the score, and they miss by Bolian, unable to give Turkmenistan the lead. Only one effort from the Philippines in the form of the free kick from Sato, and Bolian troop off to the dressing room disconsolate. Half-time in this Group B match in the Challenge Cup from Mali National Stadium. Turkmenistan 0, Philippines 0. So the two teams back on the pitch here at the National Stadium in Mali in the Maldives for the second half of this Group B match in the group stage of the AFC Challenge Cup of 2014. Turkmenistan, the green side, and they have an excellent chance of taking the lead. But a Bolian missing from the penalty spot in the 43rd minute. Thus, half-time with the Philippines, 0-0. And there's the man who single-handedly stopped Turkmenistan from taking the lead, the goalkeeper Muller. Besides their penalty save, he also denied Mengazov on 22 minutes. Philippines to restart the match under the whistle of Nagor Amir Nur Mohammed of Malaysia. And we are into the second half now. Afghanistan and the Laos also playing out their match in Adu Football Stadium. Also 0-0 at half-time in that encounter. The table at the start of play reads Afghanistan and Philippines, both with 4 points. The Afghanistan having drawn with the Philippines in the opening encounter. Turkmenistan with 3. The shots is easily handled by Muller. Laos with no points to show for after suffering defeats at the hands of the Philippines by 2-0 in their last match, and being demolished by Turkmenistan by 5-1 in their opening encounter on Tuesday. As the man who won the penalty, Mikhail Saparov, making his debut in the national team. Saparov, just 20 years of age. Rotas throw. Modes unable to get it. Bolian now. Brings down Sato up with him. Philippines having to make a change in the first half. Rush out coming on for the ineffective Doctora. That was in the 29th minute of play. There's rush out. Tripped by Saparov. Yellow card for the debutant. Rush out, scorer of the second goal against Laos on Thursday. But here the instruction there from the bench of the Philippines, telling the players to take their time. Schrock, Stubel, young husband in conference. Young husband, and Turkmenistan have been beaten by the free kick there. Well, the call from the bench was the right one. And they really took their time there to deliberate and to see what was the best option to try and get a ball past Bazarov. With his first goal of the tournament. Deep ball there from Strock, young husband, and 49 minutes now have given the Philippines the opening goal in this contest against Turkmenistan. Abalov. Abalov goes straight for the capital. By Jumadasarov. Foul on Sato.
Only three can warm up. Only three are allowed to warm up.
Chasing De Jong. Drop. Denied by Adameradov. Sakharov. Mingasov. Captain, Abadov chose the way. Stopped there by Struble. Turkmenistan responding with a change. Bringing off Abilov. And replacing him with Baramov.
Substitution for Turkmenistan, jersey number 10, Abdullah Zura, replaced by jersey number 19 by Nurul Gomez.
Baramov, who opened the goal scoring against Laos.
Hey, easy.
Run for Abilov in the 7th minutes of the second half, with his side trailing by 1-0. Jumadasarov. Got to Safarov to clear.
Go in the center. Paul, watch your back.
Husband taking it superbly, and Bazarov, and young husband not quite enough power to get it. And with the defender on the line, it's a Shrok now, and a Bazarov. It's all happening inside the Turkmenistan penalty area, and the Shrok testing Bazarov after he had done extremely well to get that away from young husband, and for the man on the goal line, Safarov, to clear. Sutter's cross. Now Rota. And that should be easy for Bazarov. Gear to Aguinaldo. Foul by De Jong. Turkmenistan now want to get on with the game quickly. Bayramov snatching the ball away. Atayev. Flashed across goal. And the Mingasov. Just fails there to land the ball. The direction of Müller. Well, Phil, the young husband, was also the man who notched a goal in the Philippines' 2-1 loss to Turkmenistan in the semi-finals of the 2012 edition. He landed up on the losing side then. Well, his fortunes changed this time around, as the Philippines look to book a berth in the last four at the expense of Turkmenistan. Palestine await the runners-up of Group B. They play in the first of the two semi-finals. That will be an afternoon game, and then the night semi-final, it will be the Maldives, who finished runners-up in Group A. They will take on the champion side of Group B. Sato brings down the Mengasov, and Reichelt is offside. Turkmenistan maybe trying a little too hard for the present. They want to get the game moving as quickly as they can. But sometimes they just were unable to see the play in front of them, and they have lost possession on a couple of occasions now. Schrock fouls Anna Miradov. Jumanazarov to his captain, Hojar Ahmedov. Molders fouls Baymarov. So Artev's free kick. Baymarov comes of Rota for a corner. Well, even the corners are taken so quickly. And RTF collects the throw of young husband. Now Schrock. There's a rush out, and they're looking for his teammate coming in. Fouled Anna Miradov instead. Rota. Moulders back to Rota. And fails to keep the ball in play. Rush out, easy cut in. Taking it in stride, Phil Younghusband. It's an hour of football played now. Philippines in front through the free kick goal by Phil Younghusband. By Marov's header. Now Bolian to Minkasov. And Muller. Denies Bolian again. Looks like it will need something very special to get the better of the Philippines keeper tonight. Schrock. Jumanasarov clears. Mingasov's header. And off Gidaudo for a throw to Turkmenistan. Muhadov, who had the first opportunity for his team in the first half, and his header in the 10th minute went just wide. Adamirov. That time it's off Muhadov for a throw. Sato. Younghusband miscues. Jumanasarov away. So the third member of the back line of Turkmenistan gets a booking. And Adamirov joins Jumanasarov and Saparov in the referee's book. RTF withdrawn, replaced by Fahad Itamazov.
Substitution for Turkmenistan, jersey number 19, Atayeb Ahmed, replaced by jersey number 18, Italmazov Farhad.
Itamazov, the 24-year-old. It's a very speedy player. And Itamazov, who had come on as a substitute in the opening match. Really terrorising the Laotian side with his speed. Now it's a yellow card for Jason de Jong. Turkmenistan with 4 bookings as opposed to the 3 for the Philippines. Now Strock will be replaced by Jerry Ruben Lucena. The veteran, 33 years of age, Jerry Lucena.
Replaced by jersey number 19, Jerry Ruben Lucena.
Megasov. Bolian gets the corner of Sato. Just awaiting confirmation of the yellow card, the last. Was it to De Jong? Yes, in fact it is. Jason De Jong. And that sails away harmlessly. It's Mazov. Long, hopeful ball upfield for Muhadov to chase. De Jong's header. Nazarov. Turkmenistan will do well to try and manage their frustration as they go chasing the equaliser. Philippines are trying their level best just to provide that a little irritation to their opponents. It's a late charge into the Philippines captain. Rob Gear, the 33-year-old, who plays for Ascot United in England. Still looking for his first international goal. Midway through the second half now. Muller's free kick. Nazarov, the big clearance. De Jong. Lucena. It's a nice release to rush out. Matters match in the form of Nazarov. Now Bayramov. And Aguinaldo sweeps the ball across. And Turkmenistan will bring off Muhadov and replace him with the man who scored the 2 goals in the match against Laos, Dida Duriev. Well, is he the secret weapon for coach Rahim Kubamarbilov? Persia Abadov. Here is Nazarov. Turkmenistan's record in the AFC Challenge Cup reads runners-up on 2 occasions in 2010 and 2012. Rota. Stopped there by the Turkmenistan captain. Philippines will make their final change. It's Anton Del Rosario. He comes on for Simone Rota.
Substitution for Philippines, jersey number 23, Simone Rota, replaced by jersey number 4, Anton Edward Del Rosario.
Yet another stalwart in the Philippine side, Del Rosario, 32 years of age. Should the Philippines hold on to the win, they'll be indebted to the goalkeeper. Astanov. Tamazov. Back to Astanov. The flick on. Aguinaldo shielding away the danger that is presented there by Duriev. Whoa, what's a goal! And it's right out in full flight. And Reichout scores his second goal of the tournament to send the Filipino support here in the National Stadium in Bali into 7th heaven. Well, Turkmenistan maybe took it a little lightly and did not realise that Reichout could latch on to the ball like that. It was Juma Nazarov who was just ball watching. And Reichout well, not only did it connect with the ball, he had to direct it into the back of Bazarov's goal, and he did it superbly. The Philippines now in a more commanding fashion in the 29th minute now of the second half. Patrick Reichout. Yellow card for Itamazov. For the foul on Modis. the Philippines may be setting up a semi-final date for the host nation. Alternatively, they could be facing Palestine in the first of the semi-finals, depending on how the result fizzles out in the match between Laos and Afghanistan. Anything other than a victory for Afghanistan. We'll see the Philippines heading Group B. Aguinaldo. The fourth Philippines player booked. Altogether 9 now have found their way into referee Nago's book. "75 minutes played. If Turkmenistan wish to get anything out of this match, they've got to really get going now. And they weren't too far away. It looks like Gamula had a touch again. Megazov. Sedudiev returns the ball to Mingazov. The way by Gear, picked up by Itamazov. Aguinaldo clears. And Anna Miradov with some stout defending there. Mingazov. Hoja Abadov. Sedudiev. Well, it's Bolian, who felt he was pushed by Aguinaldo. Turned out to be the other way round. Young husband. Now Lucena. And the red card for Itamazov. Second yellow translates into a red for the substitutes, Farhad Itamazov, and he is off. And Turkmenistan, with 12 minutes to go in the match, will play on with just 10. As if the task is not hard already. Their ambitions of making it to the last four evaporating by every second of the match. Chimanazarov. Now Mingazov. Anna Mevridov. Now Chimanazarov. Here's your Abadov. Sato coming on to confront Alamirov. Bollian. 10 minutes to the end of the match. It's away by Gear. Now Lucena. Goes back to Sato. Here's Bayramov. Good covering by Del Rosario. As Dudiev loses possession. Del Rosario clears. Bayramov to Dudiev. Dudiev might be carrying an injury, thus not fielded from the opening whistle. And is really labouring in his stride since he came up as a substitute, with Turkmenistan chasing the game. Coach Rahim having to gamble with the fitness of the man who scored 2 of the goals in the 5-1 win over Laos. Referee Nago has had a busy night. 5 yellow cards. Eventually it became a sending off for Turkmenistan's Itemezov. And 4 bookings for the Philippines. And as I mentioned earlier, there were no bookings for any Filipino player in the match against Laos. It's really good news. The bookings to Stubel, De Jong, Aguinaldo and Phil, the young husband, starting on the clean slate. And Muller coming up tops there again. Fails to score from the penalty spot. Bollian. If he had converted, Turkmenistan would have led 1-0 at half-time. Now Sato. Here's Saparov. Alamiradov. And Saparov back to Basarov. Sato. Stubel. Rashad. Del Rosario. Early manages to give possession to Turkmenistan. Quiet sign of resignation now for the Turkmenistan team. Hoja Rabadov. Well, you certainly can't say that the absence of the keeper Nikita Gorbanov, along with Anna Orazov in the back line, has been a factor here in Turkmenistan's display tonight. Bazarov certainly has held up the reserve keeper. The back line only caving into two quite special goals, a free kick from a young husband, and the second, which was quite outstanding, by Reshot. Should the Philippines end up with the match against the Maldives in the second final, it would be a mouth-watering crash. Should the result remains this way, then the Philippines and Afghanistan are through to the last four. It doesn't matter what the final outcome of the match at the Adu Football Stadium will be between Laos and Afghanistan. Laos, of course, trying to get at least a point from 3 outings. Kyrgyzstan managed last night with a win against Myanmar to register their first triumph in the tournament. Turkmenistan have a corner to be taken here by Mingasov. Philippines with just one corner all match. Mingasov again. Well, it's held on the line by Muller. Basarov's kick. Little slip there on the part of Muller. Fortunately able to regain his footing. Modus. The way by Hoja Abedov. Headed on by Lucena. Sir De Jong. Muller to Sato. Modus. Hoja Abedov. Here's Bolian. Modus requiring attention. The game heading into the final minute. For the second time now, Modus let off the pitch for further treatment. Sir Thomas Dooley almost by now have secured a semi-final spot for the Philippines. Very soon we'll be entering stoppage time. Sir Juma Nazarov propping up from defence to head the ball away. "90 minutes have arrived.
There will be 3 minutes of extra time.
3 minutes of added time. Here's Yarabedov. And Mingasov will lose out to Muller. Here's Yarabedov. A clip in, cleared by Gear. Now Derdiev. Well, again, Derdiev showing that he's not the fleet-footed player that we saw of him in the match against Laos. That about sums it up for Turkmenistan. It's Bayramov. Fails to trap the ball, delivered by Derdiev. Juma Nazarov. 1 of 5 booked. Saparov's header. And off Del Rosario for Turkmenistan throw. Sato. It's fouled in the end by Astanov. And into the last 60 seconds. Time is up here. And there is the final whistle as the Philippines move into the semi-final stage of the AFC Challenge Cup of 2014. They've defeated Turkmenistan, much to the delight of their supporters here today in Mali. Phil Younghusband paving the way for the road to victory with a free kick goal, and Reichelt making it 2-0 on 73 minutes. And the side who defeated the Philippines in the semi-final of the last edition of the competition, having to play second fiddle here today. As we recollect the goals, that was the one from Younghusband, and this one from Reichelt. Afghanistan and the Philippines secure on their way to the semi-final stage. And the last of the group stage matches here have come to an end from the National Stadium in Mali. We bid you goodbye. And the final score, Turkmenistan 0, Philippines 2.